for tuning in. Thanks for all the support for the people that come by and watch all my videos, stuff like that. I try to put effort into this channel. Like I don't want to just phone it in. So I know there's a lot better channels out there, but it's like it's nice to have the community here that we've put together. It's not just me. There's a lot of other people that are constantly supporting the channel that have a lot to do with the success. Um, I was going to do the live from the stall, but the sounds in there were ungodly, so I couldn't do it. But let's see here. Let me get all my stuff together here. Get settled in. Let's see if we can do a good live tonight. I ain't done a live in a couple days. The world's famous Huggy Box is right there. Let's see. Oh, man. I've had an upset stomach all day. I ate some truck stop sushi and some pizza and a bowl of chili. And weird combination. Wouldn't recommend it. If you want to put in a long day of a lot of miles, don't eat the sushi and the chili. And a pepperoni pizza that I bought last night, and I let it set out last night, and then I ate it this morning. So a little bit of that on myself. DIY Semi in the house. What's up, DIY Semi? Thanks for rolling in. Appreciate it. Number one, made it in here first. All right, we're back. We're back. We locked up there for a minute. But I was saying, thanks for coming in, DIY Semi. Everybody go check out DIY Semi. Ralph in the house. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good night out there. I'm done for the day. This load has got a little extra time on it from what I would recommend this load have on it. This load was originally supposed to deliver Monday morning. They moved it to Monday night, 8 p.m. They did give me $200 to babysit it, but you know how that goes. Is it worth it? Is $200 worth losing a day? I don't think so. Not in this market. But it's a really good paying load. It's working out really well. I'm getting really good fuel mileage. I filled up in Roscoe, Illinois, and ran over here. Basically, no wind, just cruising, 63 mile an hour. I got all this extra time on this load. Just cruising, just cruising, and getting almost 10 miles a gallon right now. Let me see if I can click it on real quick and see where I'm actually at. See if I can click it on. Let's see here. DIY says your channel rocks. Thank you for that. I'm getting a lot of spinning screen here. I don't know if it's because I'm on the Wi-Fi here where at the truck stop, or y'all let me know if you're getting a bunch of spinny wheel. Let me do some quick math here. Hey, come on, calculator. Maybe this phone. This phone's been through a lot. Let's see. I've ran 255.7 miles. Actually went a little farther than I thought I did. Used 26.8 gallons on that. So that is 9.54 miles per gallon. I am pulling a light load. I got 13,000 pounds in the box. I'm cruising at 62 miles an hour and just trying to stay out of everybody's way. And, just doing it that way. Just stopped and got fuel up in Roscoe, Illinois at the Loves there. That's what we're doing right now. So let me run through some comments here. So I got an offer from the Asian My Show to do a collaboration today, which is exciting because he has like 50,000 subscribers. So I think that could boost my channel. And number two, I like his channel, I don't think I would collaborate with just anybody. Like, you know what I mean? I would have to like your channel and like us be like on a similar, wavelength or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but he likes to put out information and help people. And I think that's that I'm really trying to accomplish two things with my channel. Inform people and, help promote other channels, kind of like cross-pollinate channels. So that's what I like to do. And, he does this very similar thing. So I think it would work out well. I hope I can get that set up. Thank you, DIY Sim. I appreciate the compliment. He thinks my channel rocks. I appreciate that. Um, Jerome Jones, Big Money. What's up, Jerome? Thanks for coming in. IXX Cummings 565 in the house. There's another great channel. If you guys do not have ISX Cummings, that is a channel I think you should check out. I watch his videos. I like them very much. He does. He has his own carrier over there. He's got his own numbers. Got trucks leased on. I think last time I talked to him about it, he was up to 13 trucks over there. So that's a guy that's doing big things, and a very very similar situation. I like I like watching his channel because he's just a family guy that's out there doing what he's got to do. And I love those trips to Alaska. I love when he goes to Alaska a lot, and that's something I would love to do one day. I want to truck to Alaska. That's on it's on my bucket list, for sure. Chili Dog said, welcome back, Brother Cash. Yeah, I took a couple days off, man. I went for I was on about 3 weeks in a row there, man. I was out there, man, just freight was looking good, lining up. I was just getting it. I went home for one night in that 3 weeks, but not like a full day off. Like literally spent the night at the house, got back up, went the next morning. So to get like 2 full days off was exactly what I needed. Um, let's see, where we at? Chili Dog says, finally got you some chili. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mama made chili at the house. I enjoyed it very much. I ate 2 huge bowls right before I left the house. And then, I don't think the chili's what got me. I think it was that truck stop sushi I got a hold of. Or I don't know. I've ate a hodgepodge of junk food since I left the house. Like pizza, and then I bought a pizza yesterday, like last night. It was marked down, so no telling how long it had been in the display. I'm a lot of times being cheap gets really expensive, so I grabbed up this pizza at the Quick Trip, and I ate a piece before I went to bed last night, and then I let it sit out all night just up here in the sleeper. Which I mean, I don't know. It was cold in the sleeper. It was like 30 degrees out last night, so got up and had cold pizza for breakfast. Had heated up a piece or two for lunch. I think it was just the fact that I ate pizza for like 3 meals in a row. That kind of like had me all heartburned, and what I mean. I'm just like, I know better to do stuff like that, but I do it. 15 in the house, 5 likes. Smash that like button if you could for me. We're going for the record tonight. Previous record was 27 likes. I'm going to see if I can outdo that. And again, thank you for coming in, ISX Cummins. I appreciate it. Chili Dog, yeah, got the chili. Thanks for welcoming me back. Let's see, I've missed a couple here. Chris Atkins says, yes, sir. Thank you for coming in, Chris. Rick N, howdy. What's up, Rick? Chili Dog got me some chili. Yes, sir. Lone Star says, good evening, Cash and everyone. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Lone Star. We appreciate everybody coming in. Just chilling here, just chilling. I love doing these lives, just being able to talk to everybody, see what everybody's up to. I got a load of cheese. It's not a heavy load, 13,000 pounds. It's about a half a trailer. And it's a really good rate. And I've got time to go around the toll road so I don't get eaten alive by the tolls. So yeah, pretty happy about it. I kind of do wish, boy, let me learn some English real quick. I kind of wish it ended Monday like it started with. It was supposed to end Monday morning. And then they called me like, the day I was supposed to pick it up, or the night before, because it had to be picked up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. They called me. It was like, hey, they're changing it to 8 p.m. instead of like, I think it was like 9 or 10 a.m. and they've switched it to 8 p.m. And they were like, yeah, they threw $200 extra on there. And I was like, I don't like it, but I guess, because the load's already paying like really well. I mean, all miles. I had 160-mile deadhead on this, and it's still paying like $350 for all miles. So I can't really complain about it. I mean, it's paying really good for a light load. Not crazy about where it's going. It's going over to Pennsylvania, but you do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Make that money. Trucker Wild in the house. What's up, Trucker Wild? Appreciate you coming in. There's another channel. There's another channel you should be watching, Trucker Wild TV. I enjoy that. Very positive, family-oriented channel. All things I like. All things I like. Um, so I seen that last video. You was sending your truck out to get it cleaned. So hopefully you got her cleaned up. You should be back on the road by now, right? Uh, I don't know. You don't seem like one of those guys that takes a lot of time off, man. I feel you. Uh, you know, when the money's there to be got, you got to get out and get it. So, but yeah, everybody check out Trucker Wild. Good channel. Chili Dog, sup Wild. He is driving and listening. Trucker Wild is. Blackwoods PNW, congratulations. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody coming in, leaving comments, watching videos, joining in the lives. You know what I mean? If you're in here, just let us know you're in here. If you got any questions, by all means, there's so much experience in this live right now. Like, it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? You got DIY semi, like, great at doing repairs on trucks. Has his own authority, runs reefer. Let's see. Trucker Wild got a lot of experience. ISX Cummins got a ton of experience on like just operating authority and trucks. You know what I mean? Like, so if you got questions, throw it out there. These are all very decent people that probably try to help you out as much as they can. And that's why I like when people ask their questions in the comments or in a live. You get a whole, like, you can send me an email, like, if you don't want to put it out there for everybody to see, you can shoot me an email down in the description, my email address. But for the most part, I like when people ask them, like, general questions. Like, if it's something specific, I get it. But your general questions, you're better off to ask them in the comments, because you got guys that have more experience and are smarter than, me, just asking me. So you get all that knowledge, too. So it works out real well for you. 15 in the house, 9 likes. We are well on our way to smashing my old like record of 27. I'm going to be on here until the early morning hours, if that's what it takes. We're gonna grind it out. We're gonna get that. And look at me. I'm sitting here on my other phone. Look at that like. I didn't even hit the like on my own video. Jeez Louise. That puts us up to 12. All right, we're almost halfway there. Thank you, everyone. Can't believe I was sitting here telling you to hit the like button and I didn't even do it. I gotta practice what I preach over here. Let's see. Lone Star, that would be a great interview with you and Asian Mike. Yeah, man, I got a lot of respect for him. Like, I remember way back in the day, like years ago, I mean, he was interviewing people, trying to just get the information out there for everybody. And, I think that's the best way to do it. Just put the information out there and let everyone digest it and get what they need from it, because I wouldn't want anyone to follow what I do exactly, because it may not work for them. But if I can put out a bunch of information and you can take a little bit of it and then go watch, another channel and get a little information from them, you do that 3 or 4 times, or, 3 or 4 channels, and before you know it, you've really learned a lot, And I watch a lot of truck channels on YouTube. It doesn't have to be like just something I do for me to be interested. I just like getting the general knowledge. So yeah, let's see. Boy, everybody's starting to roll in here now. It's getting a little dark. What time is it? 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm in the Eastern Time Zone. So yeah, they're gonna start coming rolling in now. I'm over here in Elkhart, Indiana. So we're over here in RV country. A lot of RV, situations going on over here. So, a lot of people come rolling in. Like the guy right here that's parking. He's got like a drop deck kind of a situation. Clearly made to haul RVs. It's a single tandem. single dual axle trailer. Excuse me, not a tandem. It's just a single axle, but it is a dual. Looks like a 17.5 inch wheel on that. Very small, but got a sleeper cab truck. Looks like he pulls 2 or 3 RVs up on that at a time. Like bumper pulls. Um, Probably light loads. I don't know how what kind of money you make out of that. I know I looked into hauling those RVs with a pickup truck years ago. I already had my CDL, but I looked into just taking a pickup truck and doing the RV thing. Um, the backhaul was what got me. They paid okay going out. For a pickup truck, you can make like $1.20, $1.50 a mile back then. This was probably in 2010 or so. Um, it was like $1.20, $1.50. Not a bad rate going out, but you pretty much deadheaded back. And these diesel pickups get good fuel mileage and everything these days. You probably get empty. The truck I was going to do it with had a propane injection on it too. So if you had the propane filled and you was just cruising at like 65, this was a 2006. I had one of each, a 2004 and a 2006 Chevrolet Silverado 3500. And with the propane injection on there, you could get 14, 15 miles a gallon just cruising empty. So deadheading back was still kind of looking expensive though. You pretty much empty half the time not getting paid. And that kind of bummed me. I was like, I kind of thought it should have been more like $2 a mile at least, because it's really $1 round trip. To me, I just didn't see enough profit in it for me to sleep in a pickup truck. If it works for you, I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying, like, I'm a big guy and sleeping in a pickup truck does not appeal to me. I see these hot shot guys, like they'll mount a bed in the pickup truck, and I'm like, you're still sleeping in a pickup truck. So kind of seems like a rough way of life for me. I would have to make some really good money to want to do that. Just my take on it. Let's see. The other trucker James Best. What's up, other trucker James Best? I was checking out some of your videos earlier today. Just kind of getting to know other trucker James Best. So yeah, I appreciate you coming in. Let's see. DIY Semi says check out Truck Diabetes. Yeah, I have another channel. If you want to check that out, I have 2 channels. Another one down in the description. Thank you for reminding me of that, DIY Semi. But so yeah, I've got another channel. I thought about just combining them, putting the videos I put over there on this channel, but I'm kind of like, this is more of the money side of trucking, and that's more of like, dealing with diabetes on the road. I do have type 2 diabetes because of my own stupid actions. I'm not going to say probably. I know if I just did better, exercised and ate better, I don't need medicine. I could get off that medicine. That's a crutch, honestly. Like, I felt like I did better when I didn't take the medicine, because it's like, I think a lot of times it plays like, it's like a mind game. You sit around and go, oh, I don't have to do the right thing today. I'll just take that pill they gave me. And, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm glad I got it, because it does keep it within range. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it creates a little bit of a crutch. But yes, thank you for reminding me of that, DIY Semi. DIY Semi also said, I'm also headed to PA. Hit me up later. Yeah, I'm going to a place. When me and you were on the phone the other day, you were talking about going to a certain place over there, and I'm going to that same place, strangely enough. So, I don't know. Maybe we're going to the same spot again, or the same spot you were going to. Let's see. Where am I? Swamp Girl. What's up, Swamp Girl? Thanks for coming in. Says, hey, what did I miss? Oh, not much. We're just shooting the bull. Just shooting the bull over here. If you got anything you want to throw into the conversation, this goes for Swamp Girl and anybody else. Just throw it out there. We like to just randomly go out into the woods on different types of conversations. So, I had a guy today. He kind of assumed I was doing something that he didn't like, and it did not have anything to do with him, and it really made me mad. I was starting my fuel pump with my phone. Like I got the Loves app, and I was starting my fuel pump with my phone. And instead of going out there and standing in the cold and pushing the buttons, and also I don't like to just pull up at the truck stop and turn my truck off. I like to let it run for a minute or two, to send some fresh oil into the turbo and everything. It's not good. It's not well advised to just shut a diesel engine off after you've been running down the highway. You need to let that thing cool down for a minute. And given it was cool outside today, but still, I like to let it run for a minute or so. And while I let it do that, I punch in all the information that I would punch in at the pump. I don't know if you guys have that. That Loves app is awesome. And I'll tell you another one, that Cat Scale app. That Cat Scale app is money. Like, I hate getting blocked in at the Cat Scale app by somebody that has to go in and get their ticket. Man, they'll email you a receipt. I mean, they do it all right there. You get an instant readout from the app of what your weights are, and they'll email you the receipt of your weight ticket. So, like, if you get down the road and the cops are like, you're overweight, you've got that ticket emailed to you. That way, you've got certified proof, of what your weight was. So, anyway, I got out at the truck stop. I got the pump turned on. It was cold and windy out. It was kind of raining a little bit. And so, I'm in there punching in my buttons, and I get out of the truck, and I could tell this guy was like waiting to like say something because he kept hanging around on his passenger side of his truck. He was on my, let me jam my fingers into the window real quick like an idiot. But he was on my driver's side, and he was just kept hanging around over there, kind of like he was like washing half his truck with the squeegee, and I could tell he was just kind of hanging out there for some reason, and he kept eyeballing me out of the corner of my eye, and I thought, hey, maybe this guy knows me from YouTube. Maybe I'm famous, And I get out of the truck, and I kind of give him the head nod, and he was like, you young guys with that phone, you're on that, got to be on that phone all the time, And I don't why even make a comment like that to somebody you don't know? Like, you know what I mean? I just told him to mind his own business. I wasn't that polite about it, but I regretted it later that I was a little rude to him. But at the same time, I just let him know, mind your own business. Because number one, I can do what I do out there to turn on the pump just as fast with my phone, and I don't have to stand out there, and I can let my truck idle down for a minute before I turn it off to get the fuel. So it just annoyed me. It was like, why judge me? You don't know me. And you say, oh, I always got to be on your phone. Like, yeah, I would much rather be on my phone and turn on the pump from the warm comfort of my cab than to go out there and stand, like by the trash can and turn on the pump. So yeah, I got a little rude with him. I wasn't too proud of myself later about it, but it annoyed me at the time because like he like delayed his day. Like he was done fueling. He could have left, and he's out there like squeegeeing his headlights and squeegeeing his fender and his tire. I'm not even kidding. He was like letting the water, he wasn't squeegeeing it, but he was letting the water drip on his rim to try to wash his rim off. And, he was just kind of like dicking around there. And I'm just like, I knew he was waiting to say something. So as soon as my pump turned on, I hopped out. I gave him a head nod, just like, I thought maybe he was somebody that had watched a video of mine or something, and, but no, he wanted to like generalize what I was doing. He must have thought I was on Facebook or something. But yeah, and number one, like, in what world am I a young guy? You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, I mean? I got kids like that are full, like grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have been around the block more than once. You know what I mean? Like, I've had a CDL since 2006, and we all know that having a CDL and driving a truck ages you like, a government mule. So I don't understand where you look at me and you think that's a young guy. Like, I think he just like needed to make a comment to somebody, like maybe one of those misery love company situations. I'm not sure, but it rubbed me the wrong way. And I thought about it after I told him to mind his own business, and you know, like I said, wasn't proud of it. Um, mostly I wasn't proud of it because like I let some guy that I don't even know that made a stupid comment, like affect affect what I was doing. I should have just ignored him honestly and been like, "Oh, are you talking to me?" Like, but I gave him the business, told him mind his own business. He walked off really quick, so I think he got the point that I didn't appreciate it. Let's see. GI Man Transport said I had to quit watching your other video to come over here to the live. Hashtag quick load. Yeah, that's what she said. I thought about cutting that out. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, but I went with it. You know what I mean? It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Chili Dog says, did Sparky ever get the action he was looking for? And did you throw that reserve post in the water? LOL. No, I don't think I definitely didn't throw the thing over the fence like I was going to. Um, by the time the sun went down, I was ready to go to bed, and I was like, yeah, that'll just be one more thing in my life that I don't accomplish. But you know, I was kind of thinking like if I throw that over the fence, it's not going to affect Sparky. Sparky's not going to have to be the one to pick it up. They'll probably be, you know what I mean? I was like, it'll probably end up out in the street or something, and somebody will hit it with their car, and I just thought I'm better off just to leave it where it's at and not like make it someone else's problem. And I don't think Sparky. I think he was down there messing with someone else, and that guy that was parked next to me, that Trans Am driver, like eased back into his truck. And I don't know whatever happened to that. I went to bed, and Sparky was no longer my problem. Let's see. Where am I? Where am I? This thing keeps jumping around. Let's see. Backwoods says, yeah, that interview will be awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that set up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's got more going on YouTube than I do. So, I'll have to work on his schedule, which I'm fine with. Like, I respect that. He does a lot of stuff on YouTube. GI Man Transport says Topeka, Kansas to Bowling Green, Kentucky for 3,700 reefer load of deli salad. Rates are still very strong, and certainly if you position the truck properly and have patience. Yeah, I think rates are still looking good. I mean, honestly, I pulled this same lane last week. Last week I went to Maryland and then down to DC, and I came back this week, and it's a totally different product, shipper. It's all different, but it's the same lane from like Minnesota to like Philadelphia, Maryland area. And I got more out of it this week than I did last week, and this is a lighter load. Now, given a little bit of that's because last week's load was a team load, and it only took 2 days, whereas this one's going to take 4 days. So I'm still really happy with it. It's going to be a lot of profit. I love these temperatures that we got outside right now. Right here, right now, it's 42 degrees. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's supposed to get down like to the upper 30s. I'll put the bunk heater on a little later. I mean, right now, it's still very bearable in here. It's not even cold in here right now. I'll probably kick the bunk heater on. I'm going to run in and take a shower whenever I get done doing this. So I'll kick the bunk heater on. I'll have a nice warm truck to come back to. I'll pass out for a few hours. I'm going to get up tomorrow. I got about 660 miles to go, and don't have to be there till Monday at 8 p.m. local time. So I got like 2 days to go 600 and something miles. So, tomorrow I'll try to run. I'll probably try to run about 500 miles or so tomorrow. Maybe more if I feel like it. I mean, if I can get close and there's a truck spot for me to park in that I don't have to pay for, I may just try to run it all tomorrow. So, even the mountains in Pennsylvania will go quick with, 13,000 pounds in the box. And, So I don't know. When you got a lot of time, I just play it by ear. It was like this morning I got up at about 10 o'clock, made a YouTube video, kind of goofed around, got up about 11:30, started driving. Drove like an 8-hour day, put in, oh, not a whole lot of miles. I mean, probably in maybe 400 and something miles. Very slow today, did not get in any kind of hurry, took my time everywhere I went. So, probably gonna be another one of those days tomorrow. Um, Even back when I first started in trucking, like when I first got my CDL and went out over the road, I kind of told myself that I'm not going to get upset when I'm, not running hard, and I'm not going to get upset when I am having to run hard, because it's like an ebb and flow. I'm like, I'm going to do it when I have to, and then when I don't have to, I'll kind of like, you know, prepare things for when it's going, fast again. Like doing laundry and, like, what I mean, cleaning the truck, you can always find something to do, like even when it's slow, like this load here being slow. I slowed down, like I don't have to, I got exempt hours of service on this load, so there's no reason to run to save hours. Um, you know, like say 62 mile an hour is about all I want out of it. And if I can get 9.5 miles a gallon on a load that's paying like, 350 a gallon, that's a lot of profit I can squeeze out of that. So yeah, GI Transport, GI Man, yeah, same thing. Topeka, Kansas to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm trying to think of how you would run that. Is that like 70 over to St. Louis, and then St. Louis to like 64, 57 to some sort of like, there's probably like there's a road that goes from like 24 over to Bowling Green, right? Like a parkway. I can't remember the name of it. I think that's what it is. Anytime I get a load, I always try to do the routing in my head, and then like see how close I was, the major roads, I don't know every little town, but um, I try to do the routing in my head just to see if I could do it. I don't know. There's no reason to do it. It's just, I do it. Let's see here. Lone Star says if you had a bed in your pickup, you won't have room for the Huggies box. Yeah, there's very vital, important stuff in that Huggies box. I went through that on a live about a month ago. There's stuff in there I didn't even realize I had in this truck. I did find a charging cord that I needed. I was glad to do that because I can charge my phone, not this phone, not the one I'm recording on, but my third cell phone I have in the truck. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty easy on cell phones. Like, you know what I mean? I always make sure I get a good case for them, and the things are expensive, so I try not to, do too much crazy stuff with it. I'll tell you a story one time. I think everybody should have a flashlight in the truck, and I'm meant to do a video about this. If you're new to the industry, like I use my cell phone flashlight a lot. I was doing that one night when I was trying to hook up a set of doubles up in St. Cloud, Minnesota for UPS, and I dropped my phone in a snowbank. And it was like 2 in the morning. I'm out there by myself. There's no light. And I dropped my cell phone. I'm trying to use my cell phone as a flashlight. Thank God, because I probably would have never found the thing if the light hadn't been on. My fingers were froze out on these big, heavy, thick gloves, and I dropped the phone in a snowbank. And I had to dig that phone out of that snowbank. And let me tell you, by the time I got that thing dug out, the phone was hot, so it went down through the snow like a knife through hot butter. And I dropped it perfectly up and down, so it went about 2 foot in, and it jammed snow up the charging port, basically ruining the phone. And I had to dig it out of a snowbank at about 2 in the morning. It was probably negative 20 degrees or something like that. It was stupid. I was so cold when I got back in the truck, and my gloves were soaking wet from digging in the snow. Anytime I'm having a rough day, I just think to myself, I say, at least your phone's not in a snowbank. You know what I mean? Because that was about as miserable as I've ever been. Because I had to get down in there and dig it out. My pants were wet. I mean, they were froze. Like my pants were froze solid. Like it was retarded. It was like a sheet of glass. The front of my pants were frozen. I can't remember the last time I was ever that cold, if I ever was. I mean, my legs were wet and cold. My feet were wet and cold. Um, you know, I thought about leaving that phone. I really did. I dug it out though. I dug it out. You know, and it worked. I mean, it worked again. I had to take it home, dry it out, but the phone still worked. You know, shout out to that phone maker. I think that was a Motorola. Let's see, where am I at? Uh, yeah, I gotta have room for my Huggies box. Trucker Wild TV says, JB Chill, DIY, and everyone, hello, running overtime loads in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Yeah, I didn't think you'd be sitting around too long. You're gonna Jeff Bezos gonna have to take out a loan to get you paid, man. I guess that's how you do it over there, though. You know what I mean? Like, you got to run, well, not just over there, but really anywhere, you know? It just pays better to run when other people don't want to run or, um, you know, when other people won't run. So, you got to get it. Got to get it while you can. 18 in the house, 17 likes. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. We're going for the world record of 27 plus tonight. DIY Semi says, see you there. Okay, yeah, I figured maybe we was going to the same place. I thought it was funny when I got to Raycon. I was like, damn, we was just talking about that place. And I've never been there, so I was like, that's a coincidence. Let's see, Lone Star Transport. I start the pump on my phone, also on the Pilot Flying J app. Yeah, man, that's the way to be. That's the way to be. It really is. Those apps are faster than the pump. The majority of the time, it's faster than the pump. Um, you know, it's a win for me. 90% of the time when I get out to do the pump out there, I forget my mileage, and I like having my mileage on my receipt. That way, when I go back and do my records, um, you know I can do like my miles per gallon easier. Because I use the Let's Truck app to keep up with my mileage, and you know, when I got that receipt, like if I forget to do it right then when I get fuel, all I gotta do is get the receipt, and I don't even have to get the physical receipt because Love's has the transaction. You know, they have a digital receipt right there on the app, and yeah, so it makes it real easy. And but yeah, I don't fuel at Pilot Flying J, but I do use their app. You get a lot of free stuff in their app. You know, I try to hit them up like Driver Appreciation Week. You know, I end up in Pilot and Flying J occasionally. You know, like it's not my preferred stop, but you know, sometimes it's the best spot to park. So I end up in there. You know, you get free stuff. DIY Semi says, Turbo, you just leaked my next video. Oh, man, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. You got to maintain those freaking turbos, you know. It's not a fun experience. I had I blew one out. I blew a turbo on a old Volvo. It had a Cummins in it, like a 2004 Volvo. Only time I've ever had that happen, man, it sounded like a shotgun went off. It was on an old ISX, and it sounded like a shotgun went off. And man, I had no power whatsoever. And yeah, it was no bueno. No bueno. So yeah, anybody, y'all go watch DIY Semi. He puts out a lot of good videos. And apparently we're getting one about turbos, so can't wait for that one. Josh Crouch in the house. What's up, Josh? Says, should have told him if you don't mind your own damn business, you will be on a phone and famous for something. Yeah, you know, like I wasn't happy with myself, because, and honestly, I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it on YouTube because, you know, uh, I just looked him right in the eye and told him to mind his own effing business. And I wasn't too proud of that afterwards. I was like, yeah, I could have handled that better. I don't care what other people do. I'm not responsible for their actions, but I am responsible for my actions, and I didn't think I handled that quite as good as I could have. But at the same time, like, to just like he was just trying to make me miserable, or he was trying to get it under my skin, and he worked. That's what made me mad about it. Like, he had no reason to even be talking to me, but he just had to make his little snide comment. Like, I was like, ugh, like, like, why, why would you want to be that guy? You know what I mean? Like, I like saying what's up, how's it going to other truckers. You know what I mean? Because we're all out here in the code of silence so much. You know what I mean? Just nobody ever talks to anybody. And like when I was walking into the truck stop here, there was a guy coming out, and he was all like, he was having a pretty good day. You know what I mean? He had me a cup of coffee. He was kind of bouncing as he was walking, and I was like, hey, this guy's in a pretty good mood, and he kept like kind of looking at me, and I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, beautiful night out, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, it's nice out, Like, that's the type of interaction, I thought I was gonna have earlier. And then, some guys like, oh, you young guys. He was a Canadian driver too, so he must have got held up at the border or something. But he was like, oh, you young guys got to be on that phone all the time. Probably not that thick of an accent. I'm probably turning up the Canadian a few notches there, but but I was just like, why would you even, like, why, like, just like, my gut reaction was my gut reaction. I looked him right in the eye and told him to mind his own business. Like, if if you ain't got nothing productive to say, like, uh I don't know. Let's see. Oh, down here to freight trucking. I'm assuming that's that name, freight trucking. I like that. Those are the best kind of days. Taking it easy when you can is the best. I wasn't so lucky today. Yeah, I mean, be honest with you. Um, I was enjoying it. I slept in this morning. I slept all day yesterday afternoon. Literally, like, went to went to take a nap at noon and woke up at 7 p.m. Got up, drove like 5 hours ish to like midnight, 1 o'clock. Laid back down, slept another 8 hours. Yeah, it's like, because when I go home, it's not as peaceful as trucking. You know what I mean? Like, um, I mean, it's better, but it's like, you know, I don't know. It's like, everything gets built up. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like you want to do everything because you haven't been home in a week or two. So you got all this, like, I want to do this with, and then I want to do that, and I want to do this, I want to do that, and everybody else got their own things they want to do, and they've been thinking about things. So it's like, by the time 2 or 3 days off rolls around, you know what I mean? I'm like, I need a nap. Um, so yeah. Let's see. DIY Semi says, I'm going to put a Pampers box in my sleeper and start a diaper war with you. Yeah. I don't know. You might want to try that. That I mean, I will defend the honor of this Huggies box. Um, they make really good storage boxes. I'll say that. And you know what I mean? When you got kids running around, you got little ones, man, you got diaper boxes for days, like, I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised that's the only one up there. Um, you know, I've thought about it. I was like, hey, maybe I could put another couple up there and, have me a real storage system going. GI Man Transport says, Cash, does the word Mickey mean anything to you? Mickey. Not that I know of. Hmm. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Is that a riddle? It doesn't right offhand. But I don't know. I'm the type of person, I miss the obvious a lot, man. Like, it just goes right over like a freaking, like a fighter jet at the Super Bowl. Let's see. Jerome Jones says, quick question. Thinking about starting becoming a carrier. Insurance is not bad. 12K for the year, around 900 for the month. Pay is pay is that good. Planning to do power only until I can buy my own trailer. Cash. Yeah, that's so for 12,000 a year insurance, is that like trailer exchange and cargo? What all's in there? Is that like a full insurance, and then like you would need trailer exchange to do power only? But yeah, there's some really good power only options available out there. That is not a bad way to get started, honestly. Like you just got to be careful about, like, and think about like where your leave, where your power only ends. What's the odds of you getting another power only to somewhere else? You know what I mean? And if I don't know, it's like a little bit of deadheading. It ain't the end of the world. Just saying. 22 in the house, 18 likes. Everybody hit that thumbs up for me if you could. But yes, I like this idea, Jerome Jones. I do like um, the power only option to start off. It's a good way to get some learning experience. I mean, you know, like JB Hunt does a bunch of power only. Convoy does a bunch of power only. There's a lot of carriers out there building a lot of power only moves. I know a lot of seasonal things move power only. You can do a lot of, like sometimes you can do like commodities, like crops and things like that will work power only. Like you just move their trailer around, or you just haul their commodity in their trailer. There's a lot of that goes on. So yeah, I like that idea. It's not a bad way to get in. It's like one of those things not a lot of people think about, but there is some good money in power only. Um, let's see. Backwoods says I could have handled that better. Yeah, no doubt. I think most people could have handled my situation better. Um, I was mad at myself. You know what I mean? I hate when I let people get under my skin. It's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Like there's only a few things in this world you can control, and your mood is a like the main one for me. Your attitude, your mindset, your mood. And when you let someone else make a little stupid comment that affects any one of those, like I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I was going down the road. I was like, "What are you, 6 years old? You can't take a stupid comment from a stranger." Like, oh man, I was like going off on myself in here. It was a therapy session in this truck. I was giving myself the beat down. I was like, what you got the skin of a 6 year old. You know what I mean? Like, like someone says you're stupid, you're a poopy head, and all of a sudden, you're over crying about it. Like, uh, yeah. I was like, you should have just nodded and walked away. Or what I should have done, but. Let's see. Lone Star Transport. There's so many times I wanted to say something to someone that did or said something stupid, but uh, you just don't know who you're dealing with out here nowadays. Yeah, yeah. And that's, like, I mean, I'm like that a lot of times too. But, um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought about that guy himself. I'm like, he's probably lucky that he said something like that to me, because I mean, I just say something back and let it be. But some other people, man, they may have took that little, like you catch somebody on a bad day, and you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, yeah, it's best just to let it ride, let it ride. Um, but yeah, yeah, I don't know, you want to do better than that. It's irritating. It's irritating. Um, let's see. GI Man Transport says, not a riddle. I was curious if you were affiliated with him, but apparently that's not the case. Yeah, no, that doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, it definitely, as far as a name, doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, so Jerome Jones says yes. Okay, so yeah, that's not a bad rate for insurance with like power only. For doing like you know, covering your cargo, trailer exchange, all of that. That's not a bad rate. So could be a good could be a good like revenue source, especially this time of year. I like especially around like August, September, October. We're kind of getting to near the end of like the holiday stuff moving as far as like bulk, like stuff that came over from China to sell at Walmart for Christmas. A lot of that's already been moved. But I'm not saying it's all moved. I mean, that stuff will move until, the week before Christmas. They're going to try to pump as much of it as they can. But I always tell people, if you're going to try something new, a good time of year to try something new in trucking is like August, September, October, because there's just a lot of opportunity out there that time of year. A lot of holiday stuff moving around, stuff like that. Um, GI Man Transport says, Jerome, power only can be a hassle, but it can be done. FYI, JB Hunt requires 90 days on an authority. Okay, that's good info. Thank you for that. I did not know JB Hunt. So yeah, I would look into like, uh, let's see, um, Convoy. I don't know. Maybe Convoy would do right off the bat. I don't know if they require any kind of experience or not. Um, there used to be a guy on YouTube. I haven't watched him in a while. KB the Trucker. Does anybody know KB the Trucker or KB Trucker, something like that? He was doing power only. Um, I don't know. I guess YouTube just doesn't offer his videos up to me anymore because now that I think about that, I haven't seen him in a while. So I need to go look him up and see if he's still doing videos because I feel like YouTube like rotates me through certain people. It's like they'll offer me nothing but like one person's stuff, and then like next week it'll be somebody else's. And you kind of lose track. There's so many truckers on YouTube that I like to keep track of, but at the end of the day, it's like you kind of got to pick and choose, and. But yeah, I think it was KB Trucker or KB the Trucker. Um, he was doing power only, and he was doing pretty good with it. He was leased on to a company though that did power only. So, um, I don't know how that works. They were moving. He was moving like concert equipment or like stages, like portable stages. Empty trailers, new trailers, stuff like that. Um, might be something to look into. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for the info about JB Hunt. I did not know that. You know, Another power only is Amazon is power only. A lot of that's power only. You pull their trailers. There's places like that. Let's see. Backwoods said, I totally understand, brother. People can be very annoying. yeah, sometimes, man, they just like, I don't know. I mean, really, I thought about it after, after I was like, he really didn't say anything that was like, offensive. It was just the generalization of the comment and like him not knowing what I was doing. I was like, and number two, even if I was doing a Facebook message, which I don't even have Facebook, but like there were open pumps. You know what I mean? I was just sitting there like, I wasn't blocking anybody. Nobody was waiting on a pump. They had like 8 or 9 pumps at that truck stop I was at, and I think maybe 4 of them were taken. Like nobody was waiting on a pump around there. So it was like even if I was doing something that was not related to trucking, or vital, like who cares? So I don't know. I shouldn't let it get to me. Let's see. Backwoods says, I totally understand. Okay, I just read that. GI Man says, Convoy in TQL will take you day one along with majority of smaller brokers. Yeah, isn't, I think, I think CH Robinson will take you day one as well. And that's like the biggest brokerage there is. So, um, there's an option. Um, and it's like I don't know, any like part of trucking you want to be in. Like it's all about connections. You gotta just get out there and do it and hustle and make connections. And before you know it, you will find the avenue that you need or want to go down. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do power only, you start doing power only, and before you know it, there's going to be guys that need power only equipment, and you're going to be the guy they call, and good, bad, or indifferent, you'll make connections. You will make connections out here. Trucker Wild TV with a 4.99 super chat. There we go. Not to be mean. What do they say? Not to be mean to nosy Canadian starter kit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I used to go to Canada twice a week for sometimes 3 times a week for over a year. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in Canada. Canada, the new country of Canada. Canada is it's like my third favorite country. So, I got nothing against those guys. You know, so yeah, it was just one of those things. Like him lingering around and like kind of eyeballing me, and like I don't know, it just all rubbed me the wrong way. Um, but yeah, can't be mean to the Canadians, eh? Um, I used to love running up in Canada. They like to go 62 like I do. You know, I will tell you this: I ran 65 yesterday. I was running 65 mile an hour. And I think 65 mile an hour is my least favorite speed of all. Uh, there's too many company trucks that go 65. And let me tell you, if a FedEx company driver pulling doubles in a day cab has 1/10 of 1 mile an hour on you, he will step out there and he or she will try to pass you. Yesterday, I was coming through Wisconsin, and I swear to God, at least four FedEx drivers pulling doubles in a day cab had 1/10 of a mile an hour on me, and they step out super early. I guess it's got to do with their front end collision warning thing, but they step out way early, like a quarter mile back. They get in the left lane, and by the time, if you don't let out of the cruise and let them go on, by the time they get around you, there will be 50 cars behind them. Man, they do not care if they're holding up traffic. Like they get out there and they just hold that left lane, and I'm not a fan of that. I call it being railroaded, because once they get around you, then all that traffic behind them, it takes forever for it to clear out. So I drop it down to about 62 and let the FedEx go on about his business. But yeah, 65 is a miserable speed for me. Um, you know, even when I was in a governed truck at 65, I would do like 64, 63, just because I like having that little bit of extra. When I need to pass somebody, I want to have just a little bit of extra to get around them. Um, You know, my old Freightliner, the one I had before this one was governed at 68 miles an hour. But if you press down on the pedal, it would let you speed up to 70, like to pass people. I like that. I mean, I prefer just to have a truck that's not governed at all. That way when I need to get on with it, I can get on with it. But it's rare that I do. But yeah, 65 is misery to me. Like, if I'm gonna redo Sammy Hagar, I can't drive 55. I'm gonna redo that to I can't drive 65. I can do 55. I can, like, it's just all day, a nonstop, like, company truck trying to get around you all day. So I don't do 65 anymore. I've learned that lesson. Let's see here. Trucker Wild says, smash that like button, you heard. Yeah, thank you, Trucker Wild. You're the best. Trucker Wild is the best. 20 likes, 18 people in the house. 20, we're going for 27 likes. That would tie the record. 28 would put us over the top. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, do me a favor, get down there, poke on it a little bit. Imagine it's I don't know, imagine it's like something fun, and just get in there and just but yeah, appreciate that $4.99 Trucker Wild. I do appreciate that. I'll put that to good use. Let's see. I don't know what I need. What do I need? Yeah. See, that's the thing. I don't need or want a whole lot of things. So let me put some thought into what I'm going to spend that on. But yeah. I've been saving my YouTube monies. I did tell the old lady I was going to take her to Hawaii with the money I made from YouTube. She says it's going to take forever because my YouTube ain't what I thought it was going to be. YouTube just don't pay that much. Unless you got one of these big channels that's rocking like 50,000 subscribers. And like, I try to put out the videos, and I've been trying to put out more videos, but at the same time, it's like, you got to have something to talk about or something to do if you're going to put out a video every day. And sometimes I don't have content, so I don't put out a video. But yeah, I told her I was going to Hawaii with the money. Yeah, still could. You know what I mean? I'm a long time, a long play guy. You know what I mean? I'll sit there and just let that money slowly roll in, and eventually one day, hey, I may be a cyborg by the time I go to Hawaii, but I'll get there eventually one day. I'll get there one day. But I do, I reinvested the first couple hundred I got with his new phone so I could get back on Verizon. That delayed the trip to Hawaii. So we'll see. But thank you anyway, Trucker Wild. Well, thank you very much. Actually, it's like, y'all don't have to be here listening to me ramble. You don't have to be here, helping other people learn about trucking. And not only is Trucker Wild here, he's throwing me $4.99 for it. You know what I mean? Like, I could see a Hardee's biscuit in the morning for, coming at me from that. So thank you, Trucker Wild. I appreciate that. I'm gonna get a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning on Trucker Wild. Lone Star Transport says, be safe and have a good night, everyone. Church in the morning, then headed to Alabama for some more cattle. All right, there you go. Does livestock move more this time of year? Is that like a seasonal thing? I know a lot of calves and stuff are weaning right now, probably going to feedlots. I don't know. Need to talk more about that cattle hauling in here, Lone Star, whenever you get a chance. I mean, I ain't trying to keep you up all night, but yeah. Everybody remind me to ask Lone Star about the cattle hauling business, because that interests me. That's an interesting part of trucking for me. Backwoods says, sounds like FedEx, to be honest. Yeah, FedEx, man, they're in a god dang hurry all the time. You know what I mean? Like, the contractor FedEx guys, I mean, they blow your doors off. You know what I mean? They're like 72, 73 mile an hour everywhere they go. But boy, those FedEx day cab, like FedEx employees, they got them governed at 65, and boy, they do not like to step behind you if they think they can get around you. DIY says know your worth. LOL. Yeah, for sure. You gotta know your worth. Nothing worse than not knowing your worth. Oh man. Um, yeah, yeah. That's very true. Gotta know your worth. Let's see here. GI Man says a good cattle truck will gross 400 to 500 per year. Not for just any driver though. Yeah, for sure. That's not one of those things that like I'm trying to run out here and get into the cattle hauling business. I worked on a dairy farm, you know what I mean? I've been around livestock. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And to work on a dairy farm, a small dairy farm, um, it's that's trying enough. I can only imagine showing up at some of these big ranches where these calves that you're putting in a trailer have only seen a human being 3 or 4 times in their entire life, and every time they've interacted with a human, their nuts got cut off. They got a big shot in their ass. You know what I mean? Like it's never been a pleasant experience. You know what I mean? Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well let's load 40 of them in the back of a truck together and haul them off. Yeah. Uh, I'm not crazy about hauling liquid loads because I don't like it sloshing around in the back. I can only imagine 40,000 pounds of live animal back there. One of them gets a wild hair on their butt and says, I want to be in the front of the trailer. And next thing you know, that thing is pushing its way to the front of the trailer and just disturbing the whole bunch. Like I can only imagine. But that's good money, 400 to 500 a year. I knew it would be good. It'd have to. I mean, like the hassle and the work that's involved in that. It's like I made a joke one time about me being a police officer. I said they'd have to start me out at 150,000 a year at least. With like a good pension plan and you know what I mean? Like there's just certain jobs I need money, real money to do, and hauling cattle would be one of them. I would not go do that job for you know what I can make pulling a flatbed or a reefer or a dry van around. Um, Seems like it would be a rewarding job though. You know what I mean? Like it's always like flatbed was for me. Whenever I got a flatbed load delivered, I felt a real sense of accomplishment. Like I strapped it down, I tarped it, it all made it in one piece, nothing fell off the trailer. You know what I mean? It's not like swinging doors. Like when you pull a dry van or a reefer, there's not like a real big sense of accomplishment when you make a delivery. It's like, okay, I shut some doors and I drove a truck. Flatbed always like whenever I got my load tarp down, I got like I don't know, I got like a sense of like a sense of accomplishment. It was a job well done. And I think that's why I didn't do very good in reefer. I overdone everything. I was always so afraid like the load wasn't going to ride right, or you know what I mean. I worried about it way too much, and so it wasn't in my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see. That's crazy though. That's good money, man. 400 to 500. I mean, on 400, you're talking like 8 grand a week average. 500, you're talking 10,000 a week average. Those are dang good numbers, man. Dang good numbers. Um, GI Man says, Cash, what's your opinion on lessers? I really don't have an opinion on lessers. Don't know a lot about them. I mean, I know, like, Reefer Company out of Egan, Minnesota. Seems like they run new equipment. Um, you know, um, the guy that owns the carrier I'm leased to used to run for Lesser when he bought his first truck, he leased it on to lesser. And of course, this was way back when, I guess, because that's had to have been a long time ago. But I don't know. I think he told me back then they paid like 76% of the load or something like that. Um, you know, so I don't know about enough about them, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, just don't know enough about them to really talk about them a whole lot. Um, GI Man says I'm not a fan of flatbed. The tarps got me. They stink. Yeah, man. Flatbed is. I tell people, like, if you can get good at flatbed, you will make a lot of money. But if you don't get good at it, you gonna get hurt, and you're gonna like be very miserable. So, like, um, yeah, that's flatbed in general, right there. That's how I sum up flatbed. If you can get really, really good at it, and what I mean by really good at it is you are above average in your tarping, chaining, and strapping abilities. Um, you know, and you're willing to, um, if you're willing to learn it, like you need to be somewhat good, like just a natural. But then you also have to refine it from there. And with flatbed, I was not a natural. I was willing to learn it. I put in some effort. I kind of learned a few different types of loads, but at the same time, like I had no natural flatbedding abilities. It was a joke. My tarping took forever. It looked good. I put the effort in to make it look good, but it took way too damn long. And you know, like really basic loads, I was okay at. Like shingle loads, man. I mean, let's face it. Anybody can be reasonable on on a shingle load. I mean, you put a few protectors on, you throw a few straps, you get on down the road. Um, let's see. Some flatbed loads that I hated were those hardy board siding loads, because they would do like special runs. They would put like the stacks of the basic stuff on there, like stacks of plywood, and then on top they would put like factory ordered special stuff, and it would come like pre-painted, and like they would wrap it in that like plastic they wrap boats in the winter. And man, if you busted that stuff, it was so easy to bust, because what hardy board siding is, it's about a 3/8 of an inch thick piece of concrete with a piece of like plastic mesh in it as the substrate. And they pour that concrete about 3/8 of an inch thick, and they use it for siding on houses. If you put three coats of paint on that hardy board siding, they will guarantee it for 50 years. So they got a product there that lasts. It's a reasonable product, especially if you live like near the ocean or somewhere where rot's an issue. They say you put 3 coats of paint on it, it's supposed to last 50 years. Um, but you can bust it so easy because it's so thin. You put a strap on that just a little bit too hard, and it bends and breaks. Um, yeah, I hated those. What else did I hate? I hated aluminum ingots. Why do they shape them like that? Yes, it's easy for a forklift to pick up, but why would you have something that's flat and wide with a small little like section in the middle that's supposed to support all the weight? When you go to strap that, it's the most they're heavy as hell, so they don't rock around a whole lot, but like your front stack and your back stack are like very unstable. Like, makes no sense to me why they make those in that shape. Um, but yeah, just I hated those because you had to cross strap the front, do the X over those, and then a regular strap. That way they didn't, I just didn't like flatbed. Let's see. DIY Semi says, know your worth. Yep. Let me figure out where I was at here. Opinion on lesser. Yeah. GI Man Transport says, Lesser's trades all equipment every 4 years. I ask because I'm in the process of buying one of their Great Dane reefers. Um, yeah, I don't see how you could go wrong with that. Their equipment is top notch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I said that before. They run really nice new equipment. So yeah, if you can snatch up one of those Great Danes from them, I'd do it because um, you know they do not spare expense on their equipment over there. I'll give Lesser that. You know they run nice new trucks and nice new trailers. So I'm a little envious. I'm a little envious. I wish I had a good Great Dane trailer behind me right now. I'm still pulling this turd that I've been pulling. I was supposed to get a new trailer, and then I got to the yard and I didn't see anything that looked better than what I had. So I just had them install. I just had them install new tires on this one. You know, the others were kind of getting a little iffy, and I was like, why chance it? You know. So while I was there at the shop, I had one tire replaced the other day. They replaced the other 7 at the shop. So oh, see where I'm at. GI Man says my second to last flatbed was in Alabama in July. 4 hours of strapping and tarping. I was a hot mess. Not just worth it. Reefer or hopper for me. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I never even really made it to the summer with flatbed. I bet I would have hated that. I did mine in the winter, and it was not fun. It was not fun. But guys, I'm finna hop off here. My throat is getting rough. I'm starting to lose my voice. It sounds like. Very dry, very dry. But I appreciate everybody coming in. I really do. Thanks for a great live, everybody. Thanks, Trucker Wild, for the super chat. And 14 in the house, 21 likes. Hit that like button on the way out for me if you could. Check out all the great channels that come in and support my channel, please. Give them a shout. Check them out. DIY Semi, Trucker Wild, Cummings, ISX 555. Or ISX Cummings 565. I always get that backwards. Yeah, a lot of good channels. A lot of good channels coming through. And if you ever in here and you have a channel, let me know you have a channel because I love supporting other channels. But anyway, guys, until later, take care of each other out there.